Holy shit, and we are live. Welcome to the Chain Dogs podcast. For months, we have been working on this project behind the scenes on a way to do things differently. Just for this episode, we are going to introduce ourselves. I am Luke from Coaster Gen, and we have Sean from Parksville, Mikhail as well has been on the Coaster Gen show, and Joe from Theme Park Insanity. Guys, let's just go around the room and let's just
we here.
Ourselves. Yeah, we are.
We are right here, right in the house. This is mental, man.
It's crazy.
Good. Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's weird because it's
so happy to see all your beautiful faces again.
Yeah, man.
And the beautiful chat. Hello to everyone in the beautiful chat.
Indeed. Very good evening, everyone. Hope you all doing
Thank you to 27 people who have already subscribed to the channel.
Wow. Guys, you're awesome.
Thank you so much. It's amazing.
I was honest. I was happy. I said before, I was like, it's a new channel. I was like, I'm happy if we get to 5. And at the minute, we got 9 people watching. So
that is incredible.
Thank you so much.
Look at you shortchanging us.
Love it.
I'm a realist, mate. I'm a realist.
Oh, yeah. Right. So do you want to just, like I said, let's just introduce ourselves, what we do and what we run and that kind of stuff. So yeah, Joe, do you want to go first? TPI.
Absolutely, yeah, guys. So if you haven't seen it already, I'm Joe. I'm the head. Basically, I'm the creator of Theme Park Insanity. I've been on Facebook for around about just over 2 years now. Also got a YouTube channel, Twitter, and Instagram. Massive theme park fan. Been going to the park since I was a kid and absolutely love it. And there's a team at the moment of about 3 of us. We're right across social media. We have a website, www.themeparkinsanity.co.uk. So yeah, if you want to know what we do, go check us out.
Absolutely. Sean, what do you get up to?
So lots of different things.
Hi, my name's Sean. I'm an alcoholic.
Oh, you took my Luke, you just took my joke.
I didn't know you had a joke. What the fuck?
We didn't discuss this.
Where's she say? What? Like, what?
I was literally going to say, hi, my name's Mikhail and I'm an alcoholic.
Oh, nah, you can change to a snob now. You're an alcoholic snob.
Kind of true, though. Kind of true.
Carry on.
But yeah, I've run a channel with me and my fiance Joe, Parksville, on YouTube. We just do vlogs mainly. And yeah, that's it. That's it from me.
Vlogs in epic cinematic universe.
Best theme park cinematics ever. Literally.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Dude, respect.
Respect, bro.
Respect.
All right.
Very good evening.
All right. My name is Mikhail. I am not an alcoholic. I'm just experimenting better tasting beers. I'm some guy that likes roller coasters, to be honest. I'm some guy that likes theme park. I'm a theme park enthusiast, roller coaster enthusiast. I want a career in the theme park industry in concept art and digital art design, things of that nature, which is why I have an Instagram, which is Visions by Mikhail. Those who don't already follow me on there, go ahead and follow me on there. That's where I'll be putting my artwork and, progress with concept art projects and stuff, as well as some photography as well. You'll find all that on there. Follow me on Twitter. I am Mickey at 03, MIKHI 03. Yeah. Follow me on Twitter. Interact on there.
Sorry, also, probably I think he's the only one that's had experience of properly working in a theme park and being a rider.
So I've I suppose you could say I'm an ex-ride up as well. I think that's what people say. I've worked at a few theme parks, couple over in the States and Water Valley over here as well. I'm at the core of me though, I'm just some guy that loves theme parks and roller coasters.
Yeah, we just like to talk about it. Yeah,
Aren't we all?
That's why everyone's here. Like,
That's why we're here.
Yeah. Let's just let's say hello to the chat. We've got over the we've got
man.
Jamie, we've got Joe. Hi Joe. We've got Emma, I imagine, from Top Fuel Tourist. If not, hello to all of Top Fuel Tourists.
Mark Yates
Mark Yates,
from
Mark
Pleasure
Yates.
Beach Experience in the house.
Sibby
How
Vlogs,
you doing?
Half Northern.
Owen Evans.
Yeah.
Owen
The
Evans
best,
in there.
the best
now.
thing, the last time I went to Pleasure Beach, one of my favourite memories from that day was sitting, just having a beer, and Mark getting off Grand National and going, "Fucking disgusting." I just did so funny.
That was my
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Whoa,
it was
man.
It was just because there's so
Word
many
for
people
word.
there, and it was just hilarious because it was all just like, what they're gonna think they come off? Is it gonna be?
Yeah,
That was
legit.
amazing.
That is, it's like, yeah, it's like a gamble, isn't it? To go on Nash.
Yeah.
Do you- Joe, Sean, you know when we were meeting up for that Sunset Big One ride that night, I was up by Big One's entrance and I seen Mark and a couple other people come out the exit and just shouted him over and just had a chat, and he just goes, I was like, "Oh, why don't you come on the Big One with us? I'm waiting for Sean and Joe and the rest of them. Why don't you come on with us?" He just goes, "Mate, I've just lapped it 20 times. I'm good."
Jesus, hardcore.
Honestly,
Ouch.
no. But yeah, back to the chat.
Yeah, man.
So we got Owen Evans. Always good to see Owen in the chat. We said,
Right.
yeah, Half Northerns in the chat. CB Vlogs. How are
Behemoth.
you all doing?
Behemoth.
Thank you all for
We
joining
got
us.
trims.
Behemoth.
Yeah, do us a favor, guys.
Yes,
if you're
CB
not, subscribe.
Vlogs. Yeah,
And like this video as well, please. It really helps the channel. It really does help us, especially with us being new. We want to try and reach as many people as possible, as much as we
Yeah,
can.
absolutely.
So we really appreciate that.
obviously,
Subscribe.
I think a lot of people probably here anyway, used to the Coast Gen show. It's the same type of thing. It's the same show. It's just less pressure on Luke having to do it every week.
Yeah.
And we've just got more of a we're kind of labeling it as something now. And it just means, if some of us if Luke can't make it, we can still do the podcast and we can just, keep doing it every week. So everyone's got a cool show, hopefully anyway, to watch every.
Yeah, now
So-
we've got a cool show.
Yeah, and Sean,
It's
do you
also a
want to
bit more
tell
sort of-
people about the idea of what you're going to do with the content on the channel as well?
Yeah, so like when we talk about different kind of news
50
items,
people. Jesus.
that's mad. It's really blowing my mind.
Evening,
that.
everyone.
15. Oh, I thought, that's so crazy. Thank you
Fucking
so much
crazy.
for all watching. Yeah, I can't stop burping because I've had beer.
Yeah,
yeah. We're basically gonna clip all the little news sections and then just upload them onto our YouTube as little items. So if you miss 1 week and you can't really catch up on it, you can just see the little sections by themselves. But really, you want to be here for the live ones so you can get involved in the chat.
definitely.
People who know Coastal Gen show, we heavily rely on the chat, and it's almost like everyone's here just chatting and stuff. So yeah, that's what we want really.
Massive.
So yeah,
We wanted to make sure we kept the essence of the
right,
Coastal Gen
George?
show going throughout this one as well. Just like it's just a bunch of mates just chatting about coasters and theme parks and discussing news and stuff. That's how we loved to do it on the Coastal Gen show, and that's how you guys enjoyed it the most in the chat. So like we wanted to keep that going.
definitely.
Yeah, so that being
with
said,
this as well,
guys.
it's going to be
Oh, go on, Joe.
a bit
You're
more.
right.
I was going to say it's going to be a bit more sort of like raw, a bit more uncensored, a bit more uncut kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
We
We can just be more
more
free.
sort of-
We can just
Yeah,
be more
more
free.
free.
I'm not going to get
all
told
free.
off for like
Yeah.
dropping, an F-bomb now and
F-bombs
again
and all that sort of
Like,
stuff,
it's
yeah.
fine.
I'm out, taxi. I mean,
Hey!
come on,
Yeah.
I mean, even Harry dropped an F bomb, like on the
Yeah.
poster bot one.
He actually
I was like, what? This fucking guy. I was like, what? I was like, shit. Where'd
To be
that come
fair
from?
though,
He gets away
PG
with it. He gets
film-
one.
PG films can have like a couple of swear. I think there's like,
Oh, yeah.
2 swear words or something. So that's a thing, isn't it? Owen Evans saying he likes the name Chain Dogs. That's all up to Luke.
Oh yeah.
We had a
Yeah.
massive. It went on for ages.
Oh my god, that
Yeah,
chat.
hundreds
Like, I
of
wish we
different
could
names, didn't we?
screenshot that and just like
Hundreds.
put it in,
Yeah.
like all of the list of names that we
In
had.
fact,
We've
Like,
got had so many different.
The amount of
names,
names
so-
we ran through was disgraceful, man.
No, it's mate. That's how you come up with good names, man. You can't just go.
That's true.
First name. There we go. It was. I'm the worst at that because I play devil's advocate. So I'm just like, we come up with chain dogs quite. Like,
You do play
like,
devil's advocate a lot.
He was the brand manager, like legit. It was like,
Yeah,
nah, that's
I just-
shit.
you
We're not
got-
having that. No.
But yeah, great name. Well done, Luke. You know, I'm really happy with that. So we have Merlin Mavericks in the chat.
Hello,
We do.
Mavericks. How's it
We love
going?
fun.
Did we mention that we're going to be
Yes.
putting the podcast on Spotify as well?
No,
Did we mention
but
that?
it will be on there. I think so. Obviously, yeah, it will be on there if
Yeah.
you want to watch it on your way to work or something like that. But
Yeah.
I'll listen to it on your commute.
Mhm.
there we go.
Because
Uh,
I personally listen to all of my podcasts on Spotify, so
Yeah.
that'll probably be
mine's a
a
mix.
similar case for somebody else as
Yeah.
well. So
Yeah, mine's a mix. I listen to a lot of podcasts on Spotify, but then there's certain ones I like to watch live and like get involved in and stuff like that. So it just depends what type of thing it is, really. So
Yeah, I listen to all my wrestling
Yeah.
podcasts that they do. They do it in like this format. It's just two of them. They have super chats, they read super chats
Yeah.
out and all that. And
Yeah.
it's like you can just run that in behind on YouTube.
yeah.
So that's
So
right.
big Bully, for you, big story. What are your thoughts of Merlin? What I've done for Halloween and fireworks? We'll be coming on to that very soon.
We'll
we'll get
Yeah.
to, we'll,
Because
we'll get to that shortly.
We've got some different opinions on it, and it's going to be
About to
spicy.
Go on. Like a Jubilee fireworks show. It's about literally about to go on.
Yeah. So, saying that, shall we get on to our first bit of news?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why not?
why not?
Why not? Bit of news.
So, obviously, it's about Project Amazon at Chessington, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
B&M.
Yeah.
I know. Someone made a good guess on that one, didn't they?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I can't remember what the fuck the bet was we had. I'm not listening back. I'm not listening back to it.
Well, just if it was a B&M, Sean owed you a tenner. If it wasn't, you owed him a tenner.
Oh well,
There you
good.
go then.
There we go.
Sean,
A tenner up.
Hey,
Fine. That's amazing.
I'm not I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything until it gets confirmed and announced.
Until that
Obviously-
track turns up and we're all
Yep.
stood there taking photos. We were like, "Yep, B&M track. Like this is it."
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it was first announced, obviously the only reason why people were saying it was a B&M was because it looked like a wing coaster, the station. But yeah, I could personally, for me, I couldn't see it, like just in terms of space and just Chessington just having a B&M like that, it just blew my mind because
No. It's not
was
just a B&M, Sean. It's a B&M shuttle.
yeah,
What? Like,
Yeah,
It's
this is
meta
it.
in
Like,
itself, isn't it?
it's pretty mad.
Yeah, can we just talk about like just how far fetched of B&M this thing would be?
Yeah,
Just a shuttle wing family coaster that just happens to have an inversion in it.
yeah. What the hell?
Like what the fuck? Like, what does that even mean?
Out of the park?
What does that even mean in B&M terms? Like this is why I'm so perplexed. This is why I'm so perplexed about this entire thing, because what does that look like? Like that they've obviously never done anything. Obviously, we talked about they pushed the boat out a tiny bit with Candemonium's off Axis Hill and you know, cliffhangers beyond vertical drop and that. But this just looks like it's just confusing to me because I can't imagine it. I can't imagine it at all.
But
I won't be able to get on terms with it until I see it properly.
I feel like it's just going to be like a little bit tamer version of like Furious Baco. You know, the intimate, like obviously that's, you know, it's not being out, but that launch, you know, we're going to have a slower launch, but it's that type of coaster. It's kind of just like more floaty and stuff. So, you know, it's I think they're going to be heavily reliant on like the theming of
I hope it don't rattle like Baco. Jesus.
Nah, mate, that is all. I don't know why people like that coaster.
That thing rattles its own restraints, bro.
Yeah.
Like that is a rattly ride, but the launch, woohoo! Oh my
Like,
God.
And the bit over.
Okay,
the bit
okay,
over,
okay.
like,
This is
you
what
know,
this is. Well, the helix and spike, right? That
Yeah.
spike is on its like that's the track on the spike, the quote unquote spike, is at a 90-degree angle. So how is
Yeah.
that going to feel when you go up it and you're just on your side and you stall out and then come backwards?
Nah,
Is
it's
that
gonna
going to be? Is that going to be
crazy.
comfortable? That doesn't sound comfortable.
it
So
will.
like I'm wondering what are the seats going to be like? Are they gonna swing like so you're not just so you don't stall out at a 90-degree angle? I don't know.
Well, what
I mean,
I
that'd be an
did was
interesting ride, wouldn't it?
I held it in my NL2 render, which you guys can check out. It's all over the place. But I did a render of it, and I actually held the train at 90 degrees, so it could have like a show effect, timing around it, that sort of thing. Then it releases it and sends it back. That's what I interpret it as. Something's going to happen at that point of the ride. I don't think it's just going to turn and halt and do nothing. If it does, that's fair enough. But I've had a horrible feeling that this could just be a Togo. Like that's like the new Togo. Like it just looks like a B&M.
Could you imagine?
God, let's
New York coaster in Chessington. Like, no,
Of
thank
all
you.
fucking parks, for a Togo to
Well-
show up at in the UK.
Oh man.
Intermin could go back to their like Giovanola roots and go for that style.
Giovanola.
But so this is the aerial shot of it, isn't it? And just quickly while we're on, on this subject, obviously people have drew comparisons of that middle path area looking very similar to a Jumanji board.
Yeah, some Overlived Hill mentioned that in the chat.
Oh yeah.
It's almost
very
identical,
similar.
though.
It's exactly the
very
same.
similar. If you look at,
It is very similar.
And then like there's this bit of theming that it wraps around at the end, and people are saying like the new Jumanji film, it could be that big theme. So we could have a Wicker Man style this piece of theming.
Ooh, that would be cool. Okay, that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool as shit.
And I don't know, I've not done my research into this because I don't really research that much into Hyder Park, which is also owned by Merlin.
Yeah.
But I've heard that they're having something from Jumanji as well. So
I heard that as well.
Yeah, it could actually be a really good shout. And
I would love
Amazon.
It
makes sense. It kind of makes sense that it's going to be Jumanji area.
Would it be the Jumanji IP overall, or would it be the remake, or would it be the original? Like what?
I think it'll be the remakes. To be honest with you,
Yeah, it'll be the
I think it'll
remakes,
be using the
Sony
board game of the
Sony
original,
owned
but
the
obviously with the new. Yeah,
with the characters of the remake, because those are the ones that this generation's kids will probably resonate with the most.
It's Dwayne Johnson, isn't it? Like he's just done the Jungle Cruise. He just likes theme parks. He's an enthusiast. Why isn't he watching this show? Like because he called the Jungle Cruise, and then now he's coming over here. He wants something for him over here when he comes over here. When he's doing his 12 workouts every 5 hours. Like
the rock shot.
Dwayne Johnson opened the ride.
If Aroma Prime do a set and they don't put "Do you smell what the Rock is cooking," they've got something like wrong with their marketing department. Like legit, needs to happen.
I'm going to start again because no one missed that, but this could be called the rock shot. The rock shot.
The rock bottom. People's elbow.
Well,
hey, if it actually is, if it actually does end up being called that, you called it.
Now, just to put Behemoth into context, he is Canadian, so like for him to say that is quite funny. He does come over here quite a bit when he is allowed, and he does go all over the place. But that's just a funny comment. I really don't understand UK theming, and I feel like,
mate, to be honest, neither do we.
Outside, yeah, legit, right?
Neither do we.
Like, even Icon doesn't know what it is. Like, thinks it's a Weatherspoon's toilet. Like,
but it's also like that's not saying that. But that's also kind of like saying I don't get US theming because it's so different everywhere. It's like if you look at like Icon, it's not really themed at all.
No, it's not. It's stylized.
But yeah, we are lacking on it. But I think if you compare it to like most Six Flags parks, like I mean, they're like weird theming as well. I think it's just these big companies, but I think we're steadily getting there. I think Wicker Man is a great example of theming. I think no one else.
Just on Alton Towers as well. The funny thing is, like, a lot of people for years and years and years have always said, "Oh, like a low-profile wing coaster would fit really well with that park." Isn't it going to be amusing if Chessington actually be the ones that end up getting that wing coaster in terms of sort of that sort of setting?
I mean, it's going to happen.
That's going to be really bizarre, isn't it?
Chessington's getting a freaking coaster before FOP.
Yeah.
Which is just
indeed,
downright ridiculous.
Yeah. It's going to be mad. I
will say about comparing our theming to well, not even just ours, like Europe's theming, because I mean that's quite a topic, isn't it? Like Europe's approach to park presentation and then versus the US theming at parks over in the US. Just like it's kind of we can't compare our stuff to Six Flags and Cedar Fair, because like those it's almost like it's like we have Thorpe Park, which we would probably say is the closest thing to Six Flags and Cedar Fair parks, but then over there they've got the likes of the Hirsch End parks and the Busch and the Busch Gardens and SeaWorld parks, and then over here we have the likes of Alton Towers, we have Efteling, we have Europa Park, we have Phantasialand, etc., etc. All of those, not even getting into like Disney and stuff. Each side has parks that are really well themed, and then parks that aren't really well themed.
That was literally my point, but I liked how you you
articulated it.
Detail on it.
Yeah, that's fair. But it's one of, so right, okay, so Sonio and Jumanji, if Merlin are getting something at Hyde Park, I can see it working. Personally, I'd rather it wasn't. Jumanji. Like, they did such a good job with Croc Drop and everything about the story about that and stuff. I feel like with their own IP for this, they could really push the boat out. Like, the people who were involved with Croc Drop could, elevate the story more for the Amazon side of the park. And I think it's something that Chessington's always had. It's always had this uniqueness of theme, like Vampire, for example, Transylvania itself, the Bubble Works, it goes on and goes on and goes on. And I feel like, just throw Jumanji in there. I don't know. It kind of like, it's a bit lazy, to be honest with you.
Although they've got a lot of Julia Donaldson there, aren't they? So it'd be nice to have something a bit more sort of like commercial, sort of streamlined.
I get that, but Chessington's rammed anyway. All year. Chessington is rammed all year. They don't need an IP. They just need a decent ride that goes upside down.
They need like well throughput rides, and I don't really think personally, even though it's a B&M, this isn't the answer in my opinion.
No, sure, of course, it's not a good idea.
It's not a great idea.
I can't wait for the cred though. Like, this looks like a fun cred. Like,
I'll still do it.
Opening day.
We'd have to get on a plane to do it. So
are we placing bets now that this is going to open up before Flamingo Land's coaster? Like, I know that's a joke from the coaster.
You know what? I'm not even. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I really am. At this rate, everything's going to open before that thing does. Stupid, absolutely stupid.
Should we get into some comments, because a lot of people entered while we were talking about.
Go for it. Go.
Here we got Coasterbot in the chat. The Drunk Riders are here. What's good, baby? What's good, Marcus? He mentioned something. If it's anything like Thunderbird at Holiday World, then it'll be a good time. Thunderbird. I love that thing. Oh, I miss Thunderbird so much. Cray Cray for Coasters said something about vests. Where was that at? They just said, I think they said I hope it doesn't have vest. Honestly, for the sake of that spike, I hope it does have vest. If it has, because if it has OT, if it has, the new vest, the breathable ones. But like, if it had OTSRs, that would be even more. That would be even worse.
Oh my god! Imagine
that'd be so uncomfortable.
Imagine it's a clamshell.
I was going to say a wing coaster with clamshells. That'd be interesting.
Lap bar wing coaster. That would be something different, right? They might as well. I mean, they're going for a freaking shuttle coaster, so they might as well, just go for it. Like, just try everything, and even get the Rock too. The Rock's not going to fit on this ride, by the way. Just letting you know.
No, he's not.
But Beckham fit.
He's a big guy.
He's got a big chest.
Yeah, it's like
It's like
that. So it will have lap bars because the Rock couldn't ride it. That's the reason.
Otherwise,
there it is. There it is. Otherwise,
I hope they get Kevin Hart over here to ride it.
oh, that'd be
that'd
good.
be hilarious.
That would be really good. Yeah, that'd be cool. Opening day for that coaster, if it is Jumanji,
He's got the best thing in the new Jumanjis, honestly.
Yeah.
So I'm
like,
yeah, it'd be amazing.
Yeah,
and they wouldn't
have
to worry about fitting him in a particular restraint, so it's all good.
That's so true.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. All right, I'm done with Chesney. Let's move on to something else.
Yeah, let's go
We've
for
got
it.
a lot to cover, to be fair. Drayton's
So what
Rapids open today.
Oh, yeah.
Adventure Cove Rapids.
Yeah,
open today.
Yeah,
they look really nice as well. I don't know
really
how rapidy they are, but
mate,
the colors,
the makeover looks really good.
The colors are beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
What you got to remember is this isn't just a makeover. They've redone the entire system. Intamin have come in and it's completely brand new system. So from like top to bottom, it's obviously still the same layout and still the same trough and everything. But it does right. It's like they've turned it up to. It's probably at the minute the way that the Merlin Parks run their rapids. This is like one of the more like rapidy ones. The ones what we remember, like them being at the towers and I've got some pictures here. So like they've got a lot of water effects going on. So they got this kind of.
So that's good. That's what they need.
The boats do look a lot like Infinity Falls' boats.
Well, they are. They're the Infinity
they do.
ones.
Yeah.
So they are literally the same ones, aren't they?
Nice. I like
it
that.
looks good. Do you get wet though?
You get fairly wet. You don't get super soaked. But you like, for example, this. You've got some water effects. I haven't got that image in here, but there's a lot of like these different like theming set pieces. The biggest one is the boat in the background. But obviously you can see just like the way they've done it, and you can see these chimneys. There's about 3 different big chimneys, and they actually pump smoke out of them as well.
Oh wow!
So it's like it's details like that.
That's cool.
It's amazing.
Yeah, little details make it really effective.
That'll look great from off the ride, like far away.
Yeah.
You see, like
honestly,
from the park.
I wish when you see, because obviously I've been filming the video for it today, the social media videos for it, and so when that like comes out, you'll see just how it just all looks like, when buildings are like stacked up together and it looks like a little village. It looks like that. And you've got that.
It reminds me a little bit like an Overwatch level. Like like the game Overwatch, where everything's like really bright and vibrant, and then like other levels like on top of street. That's kind of.
And then you've got like the Storm Force on that one, the Storm Force stations on the top there, and honestly, like I just forgot how close Shockwave gets to it after it comes out of its loop, and then into the 0G. That is literally over the top of this.
I was going to say, didn't it go right over it?
You can see.
Like as in over it, like right over it. So it's really nice for me personally, just being able to get shots of the 0G right underneath it, off ride as well.
Yeah,
it's so close.
Definitely, can't wait to see them.
So it was just, it's really nice. They've got this tunnel bit that when you go through it, it's got like proper lights. It's got all these pipes in there, smoke, and you've got actual like scents as well. It smells like Wicker Man. It's mad. It's really, really cool. So there's like a little indoor section.
Nice.
They're doing it right. Like this is such a bright future for Drayton Manor. Like it made me.
It's just
literally.
This is my home.
It's so good to see.
Yeah. Go on,
I was going to say it's so good to see like a UK park actually doing something of this caliber, the way they have done, and for it to actually be Drayton Manor and not a Merlin Park as well. That in itself is something quite special.
Yeah,
but
the finger on the pulse. Yeah,
absolutely. And they've really. This is the thing about Drayton Manor is they really do care about like their existing rides, and they make sure that they keep up with them. It's like when I did the Haunting the other day for the first time in like 2 years because it's been closed. Like everything in there just worked. Like the animatronics worked, smoke effects worked, lighting worked. It just all worked, and then they really like. I think I went the other day and they had to. There's a delayed closing, and I spoke to someone, and they said the reason that they're delayed is because the speakers weren't working right. Like there's not many places that would just be like, we're not opening it until the speakers are right.
No.
And I just think
I I don't want to diss on towers, but when Aaron told me that he went on Hex, there was no lights or music, and it was just literally the gondola going round. That was that would be an interesting experience.
You what?
There's
no music.
Nothing. Pitch black, and it was a full like. Was he on it? No, actually, was he on his own?
Did they get away with that?
Yeah, it was on his own. Yeah, I was supposed to be there. I missed out.
He just did it. He just did it, and then he came off and he was like, "Do you know that the ride's like not working? Like there's no lights or sound or anything." Can you imagine Aaron? I hope Aaron gets on this podcast. You know, like I really do.
Yeah.
It's a legend.
He's doing a lot better, is Aaron. He's
speaking to him.
I can't wait till he's back. He's part of this. So when he's back, we'll have open arms for him. So Coaster Bart Harry saying, "Is the queue still a massive left right zigzag?" For some reason, I remember that so much from being a kid. It is, but it's not me because it's like it looks like a kettle pen, but most people just like kind of like. It's not really as in you're still going straight down, so it is still the same queue line, but I'm a big fan of it because I don't know if it's just again like I've got sentimental memories from it and stuff, so and I just remember like standing on the bridge and looking over at seeing Shockwave and then the rapids. Like it's a great view when you're queuing for it. It can get a bit cramped in there, don't get me wrong, but they've got the extended queue line that comes down, which is a bit of that is actually a cattle pen. But
extended usually are though, aren't they?
Yeah. It's only a small one. It's not like Shambhala kettle pen or like Dragon Cars level.
But you get a roof, Sean.
Yeah.
The architecture to look at.
Yeah.
I mean, Shambhala's cattle pen probably fit the entire plot of Drayton as a park, to be fair. Like,
it's so bad.
It's got the tiniest little ramp going into it as well. So it's like
it's fucking
doesn't hold back.
man. So, Sean, you mentioned there was a path that did it split the rapids and Shockwave or something like that? Or like it went by both? Is that open again?
Yeah, so like when you approach, have you been to Drayton before?
I haven't been to Drayton before, no.
Okay, so when you approach Shockwave,
that's why we need to plan this trip.
But when you head to Shockwave, you've got Shockwave, and then you got the rapids like literally right next to it. But then there's a path that goes past the rapids, and then you can watch the rapids off ride. So it's kind of hidden unless you go down the path. But where you're watching on that viewing platform, you've got Shockwaves' vertical loop and it's 0G right over, so you've got this amazing view of like both of them. Sick. And then you look back and you can just see like a really nice kind of view of the entire park. And it wasn't until I went on walked around there today where I was just like, this has made such a difference, this being closed, because it feels like a completely different park now that's like there. It's just a view, just a different vantage point that you just it's just lost if that all that's shut off. So it's amazing. I'm so happy it's open again.
I'm so hyped, man.
It's for me now. It's the best.
Really
it is the best rapids in the UK by far.
That's big.
I'm biased there.
Is it though? Think about it.
But what else is there though? We've got
the memory I have of
Congo Rapids has been neutered. There's nothing to Congo anymore.
Yeah,
it has, but it has one bit that absolutely, if you get it, it's bad.
They've not got that anymore.
Is that the bit I'm thinking of?
Really?
Yeah, when the tidal wave hit. Yeah, hit Aaron, and he said, "I'm not going to get."
Yeah, is that the bit? Is that the bit by the pizza and pasta buffet bit?
It's like, it's a lazy river splash.
No, it's just before it. Actually, it's just before that bit. It's on the turn before you come out. Before you enter the tunnel.
But for me, like with Congo, there's just no atmosphere on it anymore. Like
fast. It's too fast. Like
it's fast. It doesn't.
It's just.
There's no.
It's not even that it's too fast. There's no rapids.
There's no rapids.
Yeah.
Like there's one.
Maybe they'll build Screw Loops' Intamin coaster through the rapids trough. Like that was cool when he did that. That was a cool little video he did of that actually.
It'd be
good. You guys see that?
Yeah. But it's that's the thing what a lot of people said for ages, isn't it? Intamin Blitz through the rapids, and it would work. But I like the rapids, man. I want them just to turn it up bring on
the
the water
waterfalls
effects
back
again.
on.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
waterfalls are
Yeah.
a massive part of it. Like, and big
They are
part
very
of it.
broken.
Yeah,
The fact that you have that interaction,
They don't want to
yeah,
fix
the
them.
fact that you have that interaction in the tunnel with, like, you know, Mine Train is awesome. Like, but they need to do something with that tunnel as well. Like, it's just it looks like the M4 and like
They should do a chapass.
Yeah, it's like
Looks
going
like
under
the
the free pass,
M4.
isn't it?
They should do a
it's like the
chapass, right?
bridge.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, they should do a chapass with it. Just like fill it with fog and smoke and loads of laser lights. It wouldn't cost much either. You could go down to B&M's and buy one of them lights that just fires lasers out and throw out loads of dry ice. It'd be great. It'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Like if they did that with like
Even
with
down.
the Mine
Right,
Train. Like everybody wave, choo choo. You know, if they played something like that.
I was gonna
over it.
say the M42, but that's a bit like, you know. It's a bit...
What M4 are you going on? Fuck's sake.
I've never even driven on the M4.
that one with the train that goes right past you under a bridge. That bit.
Narrow it down a bit. Like that could be any road.
Yeah. So,
but no,
yeah,
you're right. They do need to do something. Towers needs to do something with the Rapids, but Drayton, what they've done is that, well, if you know, fucking
So, like,
take
if
inspiration.
we're comparing Rapids, how's Rumba Rapids compared to it? Because I haven't ridden Rumba Rapids since the last time I went to Thorpe, which was
my
like
problem
9
with
years ago.
Rumba
So.
Rapids, my problem with Rumba Rapids is it stinks, man. Like it smells so
That's my
bad.
Loggers Leap is dead.
Like it's horrible. Like the smell of it. It's
Really?
like
What
I'm
does it
not
smell
saying
of?
like just like horrible water, like you know, like stale,
Like
Swamp.
sewage,
you know,
like sewage and
Smells
shit.
like a
No, it smells like
Not that
stagnant
bad.
water.
yeah,
Like just
stagnant
water that's been still for ages.
But
like,
I mean,
yeah,
I think Adventure Cove, like, it does have a kind of a certain like rivery smell to it that adds to it. I personally think, but and so does Towers, to be honest. But yeah. With Thorpe, like this, it just smells horrible. I don't like it.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't look.
But the best thing about Rumba at the minute is the park vibes and the rave tunnel. That to me, that adds a lot to it. But again, they've toned it down, so it's not great. And I'd say the same with Legoland as well. It's toned down. It's not why I like River Rapids really.
Includes in the name, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
it's not Lazy River, like it's River Rapids. Like it should be. It should be that.
Like I don't think Drayton's is like insane, but it's like you get some moments where like it just you get a lot of like hitting off the sides and stuff, which is always like really
fun.
good, and that's a fun bit. But yeah, I really like it. But I'm biased because it is my own home park. So
I'm really looking forward to.
It's not holding back.
To be honest,
Give us it all, Harry. Tell us how you really feel.
Legoland's Rapids.
Did the royal family go on
it? No, I try and film that when I'm like at Legoland, and I just can't film it. You cannot make that thing look nice. It just looks like a sewage treatment plant. Like it just does. Like you can't if you go to it. Like it just doesn't look like
trough
some
of water
pictures,
just
and
going
actually,
round.
I know what you mean. I do.
Yeah,
it's like them ones you see on the
if
pier.
if you've not seen him, go look at it. Like they're pretty fun, but I mean they need to like do something to it, like and just make it look a little bit nice. But yeah,
yeah.
Before we go on to the next topic, Luke, what kind of headphones are those? Are they by Corsair by any chance?
No, they're not. They're off Amazon.
Is this a conversation for afterwards?
They're on Amazon and they have 50mm drivers. They're great for mixing.
I'm curious, okay?
Yeah. All right.
Other headsets are available.
They look like a pair of Corsair headphones I was looking at before.
I'll take that.
Anyway.
35 quid from Amazon. They're absolutely banging as well. The sound is pure. It's really good.
Very nice. Awesome. All right.
What make is that pop shield, McCall?
You should know. You're the one who pointed out to me.
Where did that bed sheet come from? I really like that bed sheet.
Don't know.
I can't remember. It's been a while. All right, let's get to the elephant in the room then. What's going on with Scarefest? Why is everyone up in arms about Scarefest this year then?
The mazes got announced today. for a video that I made the.
Yeah.
Chain Dogs exclusive. That was the shittest flex I've ever seen.
Mate, can I have your autograph?
Yes, please sign it. Sign my fake Grogu, please.
But yeah, let's watch
It's
it.
just the way,
yeah?
it's the way, the way he said that. I'm
let's-
just like,
let's watch it.
I made that.
Let's watch it.
I got goosebumps and Mikhail's camera has yeeted itself.
He's scared, man.
It's gone.
He's gone. He's out of
He'll be in the attic this year.
there.
So yeah,
Right.
so what happened? I was back, but yeah, what happened was it seems I'm just going off Twitter really. Is that people were like obviously didn't like the fact there's no new mazes, and I think that's what Joe, that's your thoughts on it, really, isn't it?
So it's the exact same 4 mazes again, and to be honest, with the amount of time that Towers have actually left it to announce something, I was expecting something just that little bit bigger and just that a little bit more sort of, I don't know, just with a bit of oomph behind it. For them to basically come in now and say, oh, it's the same 4 mazes. I don't know. I feel kind of let down in a way, really, to be honest. I mean, the good mazes, don't get me wrong. I love Altonville Mine Tours. Probably my favourite out of the 4, to be honest with you. The Attic's also really, really good as well. But Freak Show just didn't quite cut it for me last year. I mean, it's a great concept, and obviously with the chainsaws and everything else, it just didn't have the right feel to it from my personal opinion. So yeah, not overly impressed, but hey, it's another Halloween event, isn't it? So
Yeah.
Do you want to hear my opinion?
Yeah, go for it, man.
I'm absolutely buzzing because I didn't get to do any of it last year.
Hello.
So I'm excited. Hello. Welcome back. It's good. It's all good. Did you get... Sean just said you got really scared and ran away.
My camera just decided to fall asleep on me for some reason. I don't know why.
Yo. Anyway, yeah, I'm proper excited because... I was scared that Darkest Depths might go after it being there for, is it 2-year-old now? Is it two
it's coming up to 2 years. No, coming up to 2 years.
So I'm happy for that because, like I said, I've not experienced that. And the attic last year looked insane. Toxic Junkyard as well is very new. So, yeah. Oh, I hope they bring back the Toxic Junkyard burger at Woodcutters as well because that thing
it looked good.
It was so good. Like you got to try all the food out of Woodcutters.
Look, my opinion on it is that obviously this is just like the maze announcements. We don't know anything else. Sorry. But we don't know any of these are the maze announcements. And for me, out of all the parks, I'm not on about standalone scare attractions like the farms and things like that. They're always going to be their own beast, and they're going to, they're fully focused on that thing.
Yeah.
But in terms of the quality of mazes last year was by far the best. I liked Subspecies. Don't get me wrong, but it was just darkness, it was cool. But the difference with these mazes, all the mazes last year, was the attention to detail in the theming and the kind of the lighting of the mazes to kind of make you look one way and then something happens the other way. They just get better each year. And I just don't agree with people saying that it's the same. Oh, it's the same old. Toxic Junkyard's a year old. Not even a year old. When it's Scarefest, it will be a year old. The Attic is coming up to 2 years. So it's and so is Darkest Depths. They're very new mazes still. They're never going to get rid of their mazes like this early on. They're just not. They've built them all. They're beautifully like designed. Or
Darkest Depths has been sat there all year as well. Actually, they shut that one up and basically boarded it up. So it's still there.
And so that's my opinion of the why get rid of them mazes so early on. So Altonville, that's been there for a while. Personally, that's my favorite. I know that not everyone agrees, and maybe it probably will be the first one to go because it's been there so long. But just being out, like entering through that tunnel and then go, like the way where it's set feels like you're going into a mine. Like to me, it's so like immersive. And if this year they'll probably have the head torches back. You know, fingers crossed. I think that improves it.
It does
when it's like flickering and stuff. Like, so let's not forget that. But yeah,
I was literally just about to say about.
Let me just finish.
Go ahead. Go ahead and finish. Go ahead and finish what you said. I got something I want to add.
But what you have to remember is like what Freedom Day happened like not that long ago. For somewhere like Alton Towers to create a scare maze, like they need to start doing that like last year. So the planet, like start getting everything, all the designs drawn up. We didn't know if that Freedom Day was going to happen.
No.
Also, from this point until October, then restrictions could come back into play. So if they design a maze and that overtakes mine tours, for example, that takes mine tours place, and that they design a maze, and then suddenly restrictions change, and they go, because of that, because the way we've designed it, we can't like do that one anymore.
That's one less maze they're down already.
That's one less maze they're down. People are going to be way more upset about that than like anything else. So I think they are playing it safe, but it's a good lineup, man.
Bloody grandpa in Mine Tours, yeah, that guy's.
Mate,
I'm so excited for Mine Tours, man. It sounds.
I'm mentally scarred.
It's so good.
Mentally scarred.
And going back to what you said, Luke, like lots of people did not go to Scarefest last year.
Loads of people didn't leave the house last year, Sean.
Yeah. But people did not feel comfortable going to Scarefest. No, so you kind of have to write off last year in a way. Yeah. Even though for me it was the best one they've done since the Sanctuary left. But because just the quality of all the mazes was just so good. Like and Toxic Junkyard is good when it's good. Do you know what I mean? You have to have a good, it has to be at night. It has to be at night.
Yes, it does.
It has 100% has to be at night, and not too busy, because obviously if you get batched, you're not going to get the right run through. But I did like 5 run throughs of it, and I loved that maze. Like, so yeah. But I agree with everyone that's saying scare zones, they need to come back. That's the only advantage Thorpe has, well, Fright Nights has over Scarefest, is that their scare zones are so good. They're like the opposite. Their scare zones are so good. The mazes are like really lackluster.
Proper shit hot.
Yeah, the scare zones, like, but I feel like we look at what they've done with Mardi Gras, where they've made it park wide, and I think there's there's talks about them doing that for Oktoberfest. Maybe they might do that for Fright Nights, and I don't know. I don't know this. I don't get told anything. I just get the information whenever. But yeah.
That's what Joe's just said. I wish they would keep it going. I was just going to ask, right, what's going to be the program with batching groups?
I think it will go back to normal, because it will be capacity again. So last year it was like, they had the capacity.
That is a little bit of a shame, because I'm not joking. Yeah. I was looking forward to going through with review with Joe, with Kyle, Baron, with everyone, and going through it. Just as
that was literally just a byproduct of social distancing, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I
know. It wouldn't have.
So Sean, about
realistic to.
Can we book a VIP tour?
It wouldn't have been realistic.
I'll ask Merlin himself. I'll ring him up.
What are you saying, Mikhail? Sorry, mate.
I'm just saying it because that was literally just a byproduct of running a scare maze with social distancing during a pandemic. It was probably best to be assumed that it was just going to go back to the way it was after social distancing, guidance or whatever had been dropped and stuff. But I mean, I didn't do a scare event last year, so I'm speaking from the perspective of someone who didn't get to experience that last year.
Same,
But
I
yeah.
didn't either. Yeah,
It
so
was-
like
It was the best. It was the best because that was like always my dream. Like having these scare mazes was just like
fucking hell, Mark.
Yeah. My highlight of the scare season is watching Mark.
Brilliant.
Is watching Mark in PBE videos saying,
Yeah, yeah.
Come at the front.
Yeah.
Are we all doing passage,
Yeah.
by the way? When
Yes.
we do the PB event.
Yeah, man, I'll go on that.
Sweet. Good
"Oh,
stuff.
that's all right then, because I won't
I've
be
always
there."
got time. But no, I think yeah, it'd be nice if they did that still. But I just think personally, like for queues and getting over the top, they'll put people in groups. And I've always thought towers have been pretty good with batching people. They don't put you in a massive group. You know, if you go to some of these ones I've been to in Europe, and the ones I've not been to them, but I've seen the ones in America, where it's like a massive conga line. Like that's the norm in a lot of places. So at least they're still putting you in like groups, like small groups. So it's one of them. But yeah, it's going to be a weird one to get used to. But, I'm excited to see, you know, what Thorpe announced now. I'm sure if they do another rehash of like Blair Witch and Roots, like people will lose their mind and go, "Oh my god, it's a new maze," and it's not a new maze; it's the same maze.
What do we?
Maybe that's what Tower should have done: is just like renamed the maze and kept it the same and be like, "Oh my god, it's a new maze," because you know it's what a lot of places do.
What would be hilarious is if they just opened Subterra randomly, just Scarefest. Imagine.
I wish the one thing that has come up is I do wish that Project 42 come back, but
or something in that area. Yeah,
that would have been cool.
Something in that space.
I thought that was a good maze personally. I know not a lot of people agreed, but I liked that maze. If you got a good run through that, it was pretty intense. But I mean, I personally thought this year we might have like the Sanctuary back, but it's just maybe 1 year they're going to bring. It's such an in-demand one that everyone wants to come back. One of my favorite mazes I've ever done. Like still to this day, it sticks in the head. Like the Sanctuary was like top tier maze, and you know, maybe in a couple of years, maybe like 2023, you know, it might come back for like anniversary.
I mean, it's funny because we were kind of having this. Me and Aaron and co were having this discussion on Sunday. When we went to Towers, about obviously sort of what the Sanctuary was versus what the Smiler is, and obviously the fact that there is such a big difference between the quality of the Sanctuary, obviously from what I've heard, because I've never experienced it, and then kind of what you got with the quality of the Smiler. I mean, as a ride, the Smiler is incredible. Yeah. It's fantastic. But in terms of the theme, it's very bland. It's very lacking. So yeah, I would love to see that maze return, and then at least I can kind of draw my own conclusions.
You think the Smiler's bland theming?
I was going to say, I was like, what ride are you talking about?
Compared to the Sanctuary's vibe, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'd say the Sanctuary. The Sanctuary.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that's off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. No,
Yeah. Cries in Marmalise.
I think the Sanctuary was brilliant because it was so like when you see the concept art for the original stuff that was going to be on the Smiler, that's what the Sanctuary felt like. It felt like that. It felt like that's what it was going to, you know, and the way they did it, where it's like, you know, you went into these like kind of the first room you went into, I remember it just being kind of like this living quarters of where all these like crazy people were, and they were just like losing their minds. And then you went down into the cellar, into the Marmalizer that like just flashed you, and then you went out, and then it was just like all the bad side of this kind of like that's, I don't know what you'd even call it, like a madhouse sounds bad. It's not the PC term to call it. What's it called? An
asylum.
An asylum. That's the right word I was thinking.
Sanctuary.
Asylum. But yeah, so that just had it was such a good length as well, that maze was. It just had everything in it for me. And the fact that the queue was obviously, now the attic, it uses that queue line. But when they played that music in the conservatory bit, going up to it and had this like medical smell that was pumping through. It was like perfect. And these old TVs like playing like Dr. Kalman on it and like introducing you into it. It's just like, it was incredible. And I want it to come back, but maybe one year.
Yeah, maybe. I think it will. I think because towers seem to be on the fan side of things, on the enthusiast side of things these days. They're listening. They're listening to people. They're not just going, "Oh, well, that idea is shit." They're going, "Oh, actually, maybe this would work." And you saw that with the. It's going to sound stupid, but the release of the uniforms that they did, they sold out instantly. Like, like it's just little things like that. And the amount of merch they sold, the amount of merch they're making now as well. Like Towers Trading is stacked right now, proper stacked with everything. There's something for everyone. And that's what I like about it. And I think that Towers really are listening. And I think Merlin in general are listening better, but Towers definitely 100% are listening more to the fans on social media. Definitely got the hand on the pulse and the finger on the pulse, and the thinking like, what can we do that's going to draw more crowds? Like, what do our crowds want? It's okay, creating a new maze that might be trash to us, but to normal people who don't really give a shit, who just turn up just to be scared. They would be like, okay, they've enjoyed it, but then like people like us wouldn't necessarily give it a good name. And I feel like if they brought the Sanctuary back, it would smash records, I reckon, for Scarefest.
Well, honestly, people would go crazy over it.
Yeah, they would.
I almost think like the Smiler fandom, like it's such its own thing as well, isn't it? Like you got like
a cool following, hasn't it?
Yeah,
like
it's got a massive following. But like it's even like people like my niece, like she's not, I wouldn't say she's an enthusiast, but every time we go to Towers, she loves the Smiler. She like buys something from the Smiler, and she's not even an enthusiast. She just loves it. Like, so it's got that cult following even outside of theme park enthusiasts or roller coaster enthusiasts. So it would bring it back.
I rode that thing in the rain the other day as well, and it's the funniest ride I've ever had. I mean, it hurt like hell.
Oh, the rain, the Smiler is pure.
Yeah, I was laughing my head off all the way around.
Mikhail's like, nah, don't do rain. Don't do rain. Like, sunny days, please.
Dude, do you want to hear what put me off rain rides, right?
Uh-oh.
I rode Griffin.
I'm going to be back soon. Hold on.
Okay.
I rode Griffin at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, right? In the pouring rain, and literally, I had to have my eyes closed the entire way around. Otherwise, I was getting blinded with just like, and I'm not talking about just light rain. I'm talking like it was fucking like coming down hard.
Yeah, and sideways. It's raining sideways.
It's raining sideways.
That's what we were doing on Sunday. Yeah, exactly.
I had my eyes.
Okay.
An umbrella 10 miles out.
Inside out 2 miles away.
Shout out to
yeah, but like literally, like it was coming down so hard. I just had to have my eyes closed the entire way around. I was just like, what is really the point of this? Like I can't see anything.
Oh,
so I'm basically just stood in a shower, just in a box with a shower in it, and the shower's just getting shook around. Like that's basically all that's happening. That's all that's happening right now. That put me off rain rides. That put me off rain rides. So when I see people talking about, oh, you gotta get a rain ride on this ride, I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm all right.
I mean, like, my first ride on the big one was in Hailstone. Like, I'll never forget that. Yeah, legit. Jeez. We climbed the lift hill, me and my dad.
Nah, man.
Finally put the courage. Yeah, well, of course it did. Finally put the courage to go on, and my dad was like, right, let's go. So it was the first time I got a full wristband, for the day. And my dad, we come back from PA, and I'd done loads of rides there. So we went to Pleasure Beach, jumped on the big one. And we started climbing the lift hill, and the lift hill started slowing down a little bit. I was like, this is a bit weird. I know I've never been on it before, but I felt like this is weird.
Yeah,
and it just boom, like legit, just you could hear it bouncing off the car, like you could see it bouncing off the car, and they chucked us over. They chucked us over, and then that was it.
They just said, "Fuck it, send it."
Like literally, right? And on the turnaround coming back towards the pleasure beach, that's where it was coming from. It was coming like on an angle, like towards the turnaround.
Oh,
That fucked me up big time,
Fuck
right?
that.
So,
Fuck
and then I got the picture, so I will find it, and on next week's episode, I'll show you guys the picture. It's hilarious. I'm literally like, oh, my dad's like that. Great, such a great memory though. But I mean, yeah, some rides in the rain are shit, but like Wicker Man in the rain has a vibe, man. Like when that mist starts going, I
say all that about
Megaphobia.
rain,
I rode it 12 times.
Wooden coasters in the rain are something special.
Yeah, Wicker Man in the
Megaphobia. I rode that 22 times in one day in the rain. Like,
Oh my god.
I needed new skin after that. Like, not new clothes. It was crazy. But no, it's good. I do like rides in the rain. I mean,
Yeah, depends, isn't it? Really, but
It very much depends.
for me, my favorite rides on Nemesis is either like night rides, when it's been running all day, or just like close to the end of the park, or like literally rain rides, because as long as you're not at the front.
Yeah.
Because if you're
you're kind of shielded from the rain when you're not in the front.
Yeah.
Innit?
You're not in the front.
Yeah.
You can't even feel like it's raining. Like, so it just feels like pure intenseness.
Mhm.
My
I love
favorite
that.
seat on Nemesis is back right anyway, so I wouldn't get
Oh, good.
it.
I know fountains have been off on Nemesis for a couple of days. I've noticed. Like, I wonder if they're planning like some sort of maintenance for the pit area and everything around it.
You put something in our chat the other day about
bolts.
Yeah, it was 2 bolts.
something.
Obviously, they wouldn't run it, right? So let's put that out there. They wouldn't run it.
Yeah,
if it
it's
didn't
not-
pass the test.
Yeah, let's provide.
But-
I was about to provide
So
context.
there's a reason. There's a reason why coasters have like millions of bolts. It's because
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter if. I mean, it matters, but it's not.
But it just looks weird, right? It just looked like weird. Like if you're standing in the queue line and you see like 2 holes in a piece of track, you're like, like for us anyway. Most people wouldn't notice it at all.
No, you wouldn't notice it. I don't think.
But it's always the loop area, right? When Nemesis goes down, you always see that tent come round, and it's like, oh,
Same
like a
place.
crime
Whole
scene.
shit covered in scaffolding.
Yeah, it's like it just got 13's theming on the side somewhere. They just pull it over.
There's a reason that ladder just lives at the bottom of the pit.
Yeah, and that skeleton's actually real.
Yeah.
All right.
It's very safe, guys. It's very safe.
It is very safe. Please ride Nemesis, queue up for it, and haul the hell out of it.
It's been getting lines like this year. Like there's been very few times where I've seen it with lines shorter than like between 25 and 40 minutes. Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm liking that, because that's just more and more evidence as to not take it out.
even when we went Mikhail and it was pretty quiet, still had like a 15-20 minute queue. Which was cool. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, never get rid of Nemesis, man.
People loving Nemesis as they should. It's the best coaster in Europe. Don't at me.
Show some love for Nemesis in the chat.
I wouldn't say it's the best coaster in Europe.
Did I say Europe? I meant the UK.
I was going to say.
Did I say Europe?
Yeah, you said Europe. I was like, no.
Not in Europe. In the UK. My fault.
But yeah.
Right. Should we?
Tells you about Nemesis, would it?
It actually wouldn't.
No.
It actually wouldn't. We could do a whole fucking podcast on Nemesis, man. Like we could just go so deep, like legit.
When it's a slow news week, that's what's happening.
That's what we're doing. Yeah, so is that ever going to happen though? Let's be honest.
No.
I mean,
No.
It's August the 11th. We're already showing Scarefest.
Yeah, that's mad, isn't it? Like,
what? It's like Christmas will be next. Easter eggs will be out in bloody Tesco soon. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with this world at the moment. Anyway, should we crack on? Should we move on?
Yeah.
Let's
Move down south.
Polton's
Polton's
testing their new kids coaster, Farmyard Flyer. Yeah. That's the name, right?
On the banner. Yeah, I'll go with that.
It looks like a fun little coaster. Yeah. You know, the clientele, the normal clientele at Polton's are gonna love that. Like,
yeah,
the way it's running. Yeah,
So
it's
I don't know who's wait, just give a bit of backstory on this. Do we know who manufactures it?
not a clue.
Okay.
No wait. I think it's Sierra. I think it's a
it looks
Sierra.
like something like that.
I think it's a Sierra Tivoli.
Is it the same
I'm
manufacturer?
not not entirely sure, but I think that's what it is.
It is
Something
Sierra.
like-
It's not Tivoli. I can't remember the name of it.
Is it not
Yeah,
a
it's
Tivoli?
definitely is.
Let
no,
us
it
know
is.
in them comments. Let us know.
It's Force. Sierra Force.
Force. That's
Oh,
Sierra.
right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Air Force. There you go.
It looks good though. I like the colors on it. I like the shade of blue that the Trek is.
Yeah. And
It's a
did
nice
you
theme
show
as
the
well.
picture of the station? Because that's
Go for
like
it.
the
The station looks
awesome.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Except-
looks brilliant.
That picture's taken, if you don't know Portland's, that's like basically by the queue line of Cyclonator. So it's just behind Cyclonator. And it fits in so well with the rest of the park. And to be honest, it's nice because at the minute, Tornado Springs, they've got a lot of like bigger rides in there. So this will tie it into the Portland's normal clientele where it gives them something to do in Tornado Springs.
I agree, big time.
So
Yeah.
it brings this is it should have opened with the rest of the park, but obviously because of COVID and stuff, it couldn't. But yeah, I think it's going to be great. And to be honest, I'm a sucker for these type of little coasters. I love them.
Really fun.
Yeah, nice little plus one, won't it?
Yeah, like
I like the trains.
like honestly, the trains look cool. Like honestly,
The trains do look cool. The station
little
looks way too
propeller as
big for the
well.
type of coaster it is.
it
Yeah.
does.
You look at it, you think, yeah, RMC, bro. Like,
And it's bigger than it look. That looks small in there. It's pretty. It's basically the same size as.
can we just appreciate the slapstick cow falling down the tube? Like,
So that's in the yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
That's in the queue for Cyclonator. When you go to Tornado Springs, the running theme of that area is there's just animals everywhere, like on roofs and like in the side of buildings and stuff.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be like it's supposed to be like a tornado just running through it, isn't it?
Basically, yeah. So I love the fact that they've got that theme running all the way through it and stuff. It's really funny.
I'll be down there in September.
funny.
I can't wait to see it all.
Man, people need to do this. If you haven't gone to the Portland, for me, it's one of my favorite areas in any park in the UK, hands down. It's just got a nice feeling to it. But yeah, I think
Cyclonator looks nuts, man. Like, it looks really good.
It's good.
Yeah,
it feels so hard. It's long.
So Sean,
well.
so you've done obviously you've done Maelstrom, Maelstrom and Cyclonator, and you mentioned in your latest Drayton Manor vlog that Maelstrom is just like it's not far and away better, but like it's clearly better for you. Why is that?
So
why is that? What makes Maelstrom better? But
So-
home park bias aside,
Yeah.
no,
Like, come on, let's
when
get
I did, when I did Cyclonator, I remember going, I think that's better than Maelstrom because Cyclonator's got a very long cycle. It's really intense. It's really like you feel the G's on it. And then we did Maelstrom, and then when I did Maelstrom again, I was like, no, it's like that. It's so there's a few different reasons, right? There's the seats on Cyclonator. Pretty uncomfortable seats. The seats like lift the restraints lift down on their own. And it's like, and they do that, and they're really tight on you, and they're just tight. And like, I think anyone who's like, I normally do not have any problems with restraints.
they're not breathable.
They're just tight on you, and they're like,
You must be it, bro.
They push your. No, mate, I didn't have any problem on any restraints, even at RMC. I'm like, they're fine. And then this is the only time I've ever been like, these restraints are uncomfortable. They push your shoulders down. They're really big into your shoulders down there.
What model is Cyclonator from Zamperla? Because this is Zamperla, isn't it? But
I don't know what model it is.
I think
Giant
but have a
I
look.
don't know if it's a Discovery. I think it might be a Discovery because, and I say that because so the first Zamperla just sort of like gyro swing style flat ride that I've done was Pandemonium at Six Flags Over Georgia. That's that's a Zamperla Giant discovery, and that's the one thing I thought about it as well. Aside from the fact that like I haven't done that many of those gyro swing style flat rides. The only other one I've done is Max Air.
Discovery 30
is Max Air. Oh, Discovery 30. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, like the only other one I've done is Max Air at Cedar Point, which is a Hush Giant Frisbee. The restraints really restrict your view. Comparing that to Pandemonium, the restraints aren't as bulky, so like you get a really good sort of like peripheral viewpoint on it, but the restraint isn't breathable at all. It really comes down on your chest, and like it locks down on your chest hard. You can't really breathe out of it. Is Cyclonator the same way in that sense?
I personally felt like that it was, and when we went in like a big group of us, the other week there's about 30 of us or something when we went there. Last time we went there, a lot of people were saying this. A lot of people were saying the same, and so it wasn't just me. A lot of people felt like that. But also, it's just it's a different type of feeling. So with Cyclonator, it's all about the G's. It's all about the force coming down. But then with like Maelstrom being an Intamin, you have that more of like a airtime feeling where you feel like
definitely do.
Your stomach's like going over as well, and I love that feeling on the top of rides where not like you're feeling sick, but you know, like you just when you're going over a bridge, and you just like it lifts your stomach up, and you're like it's just really fun. And so that's it's just a different, like some people will love Cyclonator, and I love it as well. But it's like I say, it's just different, and like I've like. With flat rides, I used to love flat rides, but the last couple of years, I'm starting to get a bit dodgy with spinning. And for me, Cyclonator is a very long cycle. So some people, they're like, long cycles, love that. But for me, for a flat ride, I prefer short cycles. Like, I'm just like, that was fun. Because for me, I'm like, that was really fun. And then after a while, I'm like, okay, this is going on a little bit too long now. Like, I'm done. So
that's just you getting old, bro.
Yeah. I'm not the same.
No, it is.
We spoke about this before, haven't we, Sean? Like, like
it's
sometimes it can be too much.
No, I think I'm getting a bit of that as well. Like, I'd rather it just be.
There's a lot of people like who are younger and will feel that way. They'll just be a little bit more less tolerant to like spinning and things. But I just feel like with Maelstrom, the spin's perfect on it, where it's just like it spins you the perfect amount, where it just still feels fun. Whereas I feel like I don't know 100%, but I feel like Cyclonator spins you more. So, but it's still both rides. I'd still say like Cyclonator is one of my favorite flat rides in the UK. Like,
is Maelstrom? I'm kind of thinking out loud at the same time I'm speaking to you guys. Like, is Maelstrom taller than Cyclonator? Like, is it?
I don't actually know. I don't know. Can you even find that information? I don't know.
Because
Cyclonator feels taller. I don't know if it is, but
because the only reason why I ask that question is because so I'm comparing. Like of the ones I've done, I'm comparing Max Air and Pandemonium to Eagle's Claw at Lightwater Valley, which is a KMG afterburner.
That was a sick ride. That
Joe, you know about how good Eagle's Claw is.
Here we go. Yorkshire's entered the channel.
Yeah,
there we go.
Certainly has.
Yorkshire hour.
Yorkshire hour.
Yorkshire hour.
Because Eagle's Claw is so much smaller than the other two that I've done, but because it's so much smaller, the swing is much more intense. So I bring that up just to preface the question of is Cyclonator a little bit smaller than Maelstrom, hence having a more intense swing?
I don't think it is. If anything, I think from being on there, Cyclonator is bigger. Like it just feels, it goes, or unless it's got a further travel than Maelstrom has. I don't know, but when you're on it, like on Cyclonator, one of the biggest things I love about it is when you're facing the ground, you're going up, you feel super high, like
really
insanely high. That's one of the standout things for me. And you go Maelstrom, but for me, I feel like it is. But like I say, for me, I from them type of rides, I like. It's like it's why I like. Why can't I think of what Thought Park? Not the
Vortex.
Vortex. Not Vortex.
Vortex.
Not Vortex. The
Quantum?
swing. What's the swing called? Rush. I love that ride because for me, like that's my perfect. Just a giant swing. That I love that feeling of just like a giant swing.
I love a screaming swing.
It feels like
I love screaming swings so much.
Rush always feels like you're trying to do a backflip, but you can't quite do it.
Yeah.
Right?
But Rush, for example, for me, Rush is like I want that cycle to be longer because it doesn't because it's no spinny. So
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
So,
and that's like a constant with just screaming swings in general. Their cycles seem to be just really short, like on all of them.
Yeah.
So I've done a few, and I came off thinking, okay, that was like I love screaming swings.
Love it.
Like they're one of my favorite flat rides. But every single one of them that I've done, I come off thinking, oh, that's really good. But I just wish the cycle was a bit longer.
Exactly. Yeah. But I think no, I think like I say, Maelstrom's still my favorite, and that for me that wasn't like a bias at all because I did genuinely think when I come off Cycling 8 I did think this is better than Maelstrom. But then I did Maelstrom again, and I was just like, no. And then I've done them multiple times this year. Something I want to talk about, right?
Yeah,
is
where we go
now. We're on the topic of this is a bit of a tangent, but what I got an annual pass from Drayton Manor. I paid for it, not just because I worked at the park. I actually paid for it. I'll show you the receipts.
Hold it back.
So
hold it back, bro. Hold it back.
You're not helping.
No, I'm not.
But
I was holding it back.
No, I'm on my fifth Jack Daniels.
Carry on. Go on.
It was slightly more expensive this year, so it's £99 for an annual pass. But for me, being so close, still amazing. So it's free parking. It's awesome because they have automate like out Drayton Manor, right? They have number plate recognition. So when you get it, you put your number plate in. Every time you go to the barriers, in and out, just automatically
that's cool.
goes up. So I hope like other parks follow suit. But also, no pre-booking at Drayton Manor. Turn up whenever you want. So I've been enjoying lately, just being like, because I mean, like when I'm at my office anyway, I'm 15 minutes away. So I'm just like, looking a nice day.
You just go get a couple rides in.
Yeah. And it's like being when I had my Merlin pass and I could just go to Alton Towers on the way back from my job or something.
Yeah.
Like it's so nice having that
Merlin
experience.
needs to drop pre-booking ASAP. They really do.
Yeah, I feel like they do as well.
I mean, as soon as they hit capacity, I was like, right, okay, cool. Sunny day, I can go. Nope, okay, fine, I'll wait. like it's annoying. How much is it to get in Drayton, Sean?
So
like,
it's £35.
So same as Pleasure Beach.
So same as Pleasure Beach, same as
online.
Like Portland's Park. Yeah, online. But guys, because I got a Merlin annual pass, I've got like 20 ticket £20 vouchers, so everyone can get us lot.
You mean Drayton annual pass?
Yeah, sorry, Drayton.
Yeah.
So what's Merlin got to do with
this? No, Merlin.
Guys, you should be celebrating. I'm telling you, you can get in for 20 quid. You're saving bare money there. So we're all getting in for 20 quid. What? So there we go.
Nice. Everyone in the chat's getting in for 20. No, we're joking.
But yeah, so, if you get
that's me cheersing you.
But I think that's awesome. I think that's great from Drayton Manor. That the fact is they give you 20 of these as well. Like if you get an annual pass, you get 20 of these vouchers.
Crazy. Like you get what? 5? You get
that's
3
awesome.
Bring a friend vouchers with annual pass.
Yeah.
You get 2 fast tracks or whatever, 3 fast tracks. Like 1 fast track per park, isn't it? Something like that.
Which I personally, with Merlin annual pass, like I think that's a fair deal. Like that's still a fair deal. Yeah. But like Drayton are going above and beyond by being like, you can have 20 of these vouchers. I was just like, okay. And they were like, how many do you want in a minute? I was like, I'll have 5. And they're like, yeah, you can come back and get them. You can.
When are we all going down?
Well, I'm going on.
We need to sort that out.
We're going to sort it out.
Let's discuss that off.
Because I'm thinking Chain Dogs vlogs, man. Chain Dogs vlogs.
Yeah. That's
what I'm thinking.
I mean, we've got the platform for it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. That'd be epic.
Comment in the chat if you'd like to see a Chain Dogs vlog.
And if you'd like to see a Chain Dogs episode recorded at Drayton as well, like something like that would be cool. While we're there, having some food or whatever, we'll just start shooting while we're there. That'd be cool.
But talking about the pre-books, how about fireworks? We didn't talk about that, did we?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
bastards.
What do you guys think? Let's ask the chat. What do you guys think about the fireworks pre-book at Alton Towers? Now, bear in mind, this is something that costs millions of pounds for Towers to put on every year. Obviously, they didn't do it last year, so this year's is going to be absolutely spectacular. Shite, yes, I do agree with that. But you have to bear that in mind. But this it's usually a £5 man. Like, why do you have to change that?
Yeah, £20.
You always reach capacity with fireworks. It's your biggest event of the year. It's the biggest send off for the season as well. Why do you have to hit us with 20 quid upcharge? I don't get that. Pre-booking, I understand with the current climate and with Merlin's model at the moment. I completely understand that I would have to pre-book my ticket to get there. But once I've pre-booked a fucking ticket, I should be guaranteed access on that day. There shouldn't be anything about that.
That's
at all.
fact. That's a fact.
There shouldn't be any. Even if it's 5 quid, 4 quid, 10 quid, 10 quid. You know what? 10 quid doesn't sound too bad, right? But
No.
£20. If you go online and spend £25 extra, you could just get a ticket for the day.
Yeah.
We've already paid 300 to £250 for an annual pass for the privilege of actually being able to access these events by getting a platinum or a premium pass. Or you're spitting out £13 a month for the membership. If you're lucky enough, like me, I am very fortunate to be part of the membership.
Well,
Which you can't get on anymore. Which is
they need to bring that back.
They do, because
quick, fast, and in
subscription
a hurry.
services are making the most money across any business.
I would be all over that membership. I was I can't remember off the top of my head when they introduced that, but that is perfect for me. I would have
exactly.
The moment they bring that back, if they ever do, I will be all over that.
They had it.
I am so much more likely to get onto just an annual pass of some kind for Merlin via a monthly membership rather than paying a lump sum, at the start of the season.
Let me ask you this, Mikhail. Would you pay £10 for a normal pass, or would you pay that £5 extra for a premium?
So 15 a month.
Yeah, if
premium?
you had the chance.
Yeah, I'd pay that.
Right, exactly. So that's more premium passes. You would sell more premium passes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not an expert in business, and I'm not an expert in theme parks. I'm running one. I haven't got a clue. But if you put me in a theme park to run it, I'd be like, yeah, cool. Open Nemesis, that'd be great. But like, it's like I wouldn't know. 20 quid. I mean, nah, sorry, no, not from me.
Yeah.
And you guys know, if you guys follow me at Coaster Gen, you know that I run a fireworks display every year. I love fireworks. But I can go and watch the competition at Blackpool for free, and that would be at the same caliber. So yeah, no, I don't agree.
So
I was going to go. I'm not going now. Simple as not going.
I'm on the same wavelength as like so going back to the million annual passes, I think they should bring him back because
membership,
the membership. It's like it's so good for what you get. And me, I always say what good value they are. And if someone goes, men are just like money grabbers, I go, really? Look at that. We've had this conversation millions of times. Like, it's for what you get. If you go to 3 parks in a month, if you're an actual enthusiast, you will try and and you're close enough to the parks as well. Like I am, I'm lucky enough to be close to quite a lot of them and drive and stuff. But this fireworks one, I just don't get it. Like, I just do not get it. Like, for me, it's a bit too much.
Going up in smoke, lad.
I will honestly say, like, I don't get. Thing is, I'm still paying it. I'm still going it going to it because for me, it's the best firework display in the country.
It is,
especially if you love Alton Towers because they mix all the rides into it. Like,
okay, when you say best in the, do you mean best at a theme park or just best in general?
Best in general.
Best in
For
general.
me,
any visitor attraction.
I'd say yeah, because I'd say it's on the level, like in terms of firework displays, it's on the level of like the London fireworks.
But is that company?
Yeah, it's the same company that do the London, like the main ones, right? It's the same company.
I'm not necessarily disputing. I'm not necessarily disputing what you're saying. I've never been, so I'm kind of just more curious than anything.
It's not just the fireworks. It's like the 2019 ones. They had the stage. They had lasers. Like it was insane. It felt like you was at like Creamfields or like Glastonbury. Like the amount that was going on into it. It was just a pure show, and it was like a very long show as well. Best for me, best, and because I love coasters in Alton Towers, they're mixing it to like the Smiler, Wicker Man. Like, how can you not love it? Like, it's just insane. And you know, one of my first vlogs on Parksville was the Alton Towers fireworks. So personally, for me, £20 is worth it, but I do understand why everyone is just like, I already pay for million annual pass membership. It shouldn't be 20 quid. The only reason I can think of them doing it is because they want to claw back money, and like you said earlier on, Luke, it costs them millions to do.
I think it's like 3 million or something like that average cost for a firework display.
The only way I can think why they're doing this, and it's the reason they didn't do it last year, is if they're thinking worst case scenario, restrictions come down, we go into like a semi-lockdown, or like we just have social distancing again, then people who have pre-booked can still come and see it, and we cover our costs. And then like everyone else, the general public who can't, they'll miss out on getting tickets because because all the million annual pass people, if it's £5, they'll just book it. They'll probably still have to put it on because they've already got the money and stuff. So they're just like, that's the only reason I can think they're doing it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I'm not saying it's right at the same time. I feel like when people signed up to it, that's what we do. And if and I'm a big supporter of the whole million annual pass stuff. But yeah, that's what I have to say on it, really. Lost my Merlin sponsorship there, didn't I?
I don't think so. Nah. Definitely not.
Brought back down to earth with that one. No, like I mean, I'm speaking from the perspective of someone who's never actually been to Towers' fireworks display before, but yeah, it's the optics of it, of just £20 extra for that specific event. Like, it just sounds like a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, like from the perspective of someone who's never been, if I'd have been, I might think differently. Maybe if it is as, kind of like overwhelming, as you say it is, Sean, like comparing it to Glastonbury and stuff. Like maybe I think differently. I probably would think differently, to be fair. But yeah, just like, I don't know, man. Just £20, even like 15 would sound better. Even 15 would sound more manageable.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's just a big round number. I mean, 20 quid. It's I don't know. It's too much.
But it's an event that runs for like 3 days, isn't it? That's the problem with it. Is that it runs for 3 days.
Yeah, so 60 quid.
I was about to say that's £20 per night.
But you're not going to go there for the whole night.
I was about to say,
I was going to.
That too. People.
I was going to.
Yeah, but like that's not the way that people like ticket events, is it? They don't go, oh well, people are going to multiple events.
You would be surprised. The Towers fireworks, the amount of times I've been with people, we've stayed for 2 nights. It's the end of the season, man. I
think from a business point of view, they're not seeing that. They're not going.
Oh, they're not asked. They're not asked about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not thinking that. Like, this is the thing, right? We got to remember, like it or not, like parks do not think of enthusiasts do not make.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
of demographic to be like, let's think about it from their point of view.
They
They
c-
think about
like,
it as families.
There's
they're
there's
thinking,
more of
yeah.
them to make money
Yeah.
from than there is of us.
Yeah.
So
Like,
they're gonna
that
price
always
it
has
like
that always has to be a reminder.
yeah.
But also day visitors as well.
20 quid each. Yeah, they have to pay 20 quid as well.
But for me,
day visitors paying
I'm
the price of doing
personally
an extra 20 quid on top of that as well. It's like a big chunk of money per person. You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot, hell of a lot.
It is a lot. In my point of view, is it worth it? Yes, it is worth it.
It's worth it.
It's 20.
Yeah.
No, from experiencing it, it's
100%
it's worth it.
It's the best night of the season for me
Yeah.
personally.
No, the best day because you get you get one of the longest days of the year.
And this is why I go to all of them because
in
usually
it's
Joe-
winter, so you're getting.
Joe just brought up something really interesting. She said, "I don't understand how pre-booking for free guarantees you entry, but
Yeah,
then
I pulled that up on the
£20 guarantees you entry. Like, so if you've pre-booked a day for free, and you're already in the park, what's to stop you from then just watching the fireworks, having already been in the park for free?"
Do you think there's an element of everyone's jumped the gun too far? Like they've done, I don't know, they've released something and it might not be quite right. Because it was like, earlier when we was talking, McCall, and you said, for example, it's probably a bad example, but you were just like, why is Oktoberfest only open till 4? And then I said, well, last year that it was the same, but when it come to the event, they started opening till like 8.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that as well, because I didn't remember them changing the hours, well, extending the hours at the last minute, like you said they did.
So,
I don't remember that, but
I don't know if
there's
some. I don't know if this is like some confusion here. I'm hoping there is, because like I still don't see. Yeah, for me, it's like it's a lot, like £20 from annual pass holders. Like when you sign up, when most people sign up to it, like if I saw on my pay monthly pass, I paid like one whole when they was released. But when I was on my pay monthly, when you sign up to it, it says guarantees you entry on every night of the year. There's no restrictions.
Yes, that's why you get premium.
Yeah.
That's why you do it.
So I don't understand. But
do you think
the way they get away with it though is the fact that it's not saying you can't come. It's like it guarantees you entry. Do you know what I mean? It's saying you can't just turn up on the day. I don't know. It's a bit weird at the minute because, like Joe says, like we've booked the fireworks, but we've not paid £20. But then it got released today. That's £20, but we've already pre-booked. So I don't understand that.
So what? Yeah. So the only reason I can think as well is maybe they're trying to limit the amount of people who actually will definitely 100% go.
I don't know why though, because they're filling queues, they're filling single riders, they're doing, you know what I mean? So I don't know why they would limit it when it's just like. But
no,
like I say, my only theory on it is if they're thinking worst case scenario, social distancing comes back in like October or something, because like the R level goes back up, and they're just like, okay, capacity is capped again, and it's like they either cap, but they can't cancel it at that point because they've already probably paid the company to design there's just too much money gone into it, so they have to go ahead with the event. Yeah. But then the only people who are watching it have paid £5 to get in. That's going to be like I'll probably wipe out all their earnings that they've made in like the last in the last quarter or something. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the finances are involved, but I know how much the Disney fireworks cost each night, and it's insane. And I'd say in terms of like show level, like that single Alton Towers fireworks show is bigger than Disney's just every night, like Magic Kingdom. It is, because they're doing it every single night, but at Towers go all out and do like this insane amount of fireworks.
Three nights of ridiculous fireworks, but not only fireworks. You've got to think about how much money goes into R&A for it, how much money goes into how much money goes into staffing the event as well. You need extra staff for that event. You need to hire the equipment. They need to come up with the story. They need to produce the music for it. They need to have contact with Jubilee and know what they're going to put out. Alton Towers Fireworks Spectacular is probably one of the best shows you will ever see at a theme park ever. like legit, it really is. It's up there. I've not seen Disney personally.
It's like no, I've seen all the Disney shows, and it's on the level of Disney. That's why it blew me away. And also saying that the Warwick Castle Dragon Slayer with the projection mapping and fireworks, that's also on the level of. I'm guessing it's got to be Jubilee who do the fireworks for that, because they're not in the same level. But
Joe said boycott the £20.
Yo, you know what? Okay, there it is. Hashtag.
I'm on board.
But the thing is, she's saying that
Smash the system.
But she's saying she knows that we're paying it, so I don't know.
but all right.
That's like saying boycott the meat industry, but we still eat. I'm still gonna. But let's boycott it.
But like you said, if you've pre-booked it already, are they going to turn people away? Like,
I don't know how that's. Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. But
we'll have to see what else they announce leading up to the event, and then just what happens with the event, I suppose.
Yeah, for sure.
So, are we going to go through other news, or are we going to say we've had enough news? We
can go a little bit longer if you want.
Yeah,
I got time.
Well, okay. Shall we? Right, we've got the RMC. Let's pick one more, right? And I reckon it's out of RMC closing Stunt Pilot and Jersey Devil, but that's pretty self-explanatory.
I mean, we could let's just go through. Let's just go through the quick. Like, there's some on here that are really quick. Like, Glenwood Caverns in Colorado is opening a new Gerstlauer coaster. If anyone saw it on the internet,
I've never heard of Glenwood Caverns.
It's a really cool. I don't know too much about it. It's a really cool park in Colorado that's like up on a hillside or something like that, or it's just like it's a bunch of feet. Yeah, it's like on the side of the mountain. On the side of a mountain, it's not really like your traditional theme park. There's a few rides there. There's one drop tower ride that's like in a mine shaft, which is pretty fucking cool.
That's awesome.
And there's a couple of other attractions there that like
screaming swing over.
Yeah. There's a screaming swing there that goes out into the fucking like
that's mad.
out off the mountain and stuff. But yeah, they're getting a new Gerstlauer. They're getting a new coaster from Gerstlauer that is pretty short, but like it's well, I don't know if it's a Eurofighter or an Infinity. It apparently is going to have lap bars, and I can't remember stats off the top of my head, but like the drop that it's supposed to have is. Well, yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that view. Like you're supposed to just be able to see out into the mountain range at the top of the drop, and then there's it's supposed to be record breaking in some way. I think it's supposed to have the steepest drop in the US or something.
That's gonna be mental, like now
something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I can't remember off the top of my head the kind of weird record that it breaks. It's kind of like a cop out a little bit, but it looks like a super fun coaster, especially like on that mountain side as well. That's gonna be cool as shit to go and see, or to go and ride even. RMC, like you mentioned, has closed Stunt Pilot and Jersey Devil because something happened on Stunt Pilot. A guide wheel and part of its wheel bogey assembly sheared off.
Whoa!
Like, apparently, I can't remember specifically if it was just the wheel or part of the bogey assembly that sheared off, like, as well. But they closed. Well, obviously they had to close, but like they closed Stunt Pilot because of that, and just to be on the safe side, they closed Jersey Devil over in New Jersey as well.
It's kind of like what happened with the Smiler when the Smiler happened. So they closed like Saw and then like other like Gerst.
Yeah. They just recalled all of the same. Like they just recalled all of the second gen RMC Raptor coasters that are open at the moment. Luckily, RMC headquarters is like 15 minutes from Silverwood, where Stunt Pilot is at. So like, yeah. I mean, like hopefully they're able
Just
to
in a
get
golf buggy down and pick it up.
Yeah.
Weren't
Hopefully
RMC put out a job like people looking for people who were not afraid of heights?
Yeah, I
Don't
saw
put it out.
that.
Yeah, roller coaster constructors.
Yeah,
like,
apparently
you
they've
can't be
had
afraid of
hundreds of applications for it as well.
Yeah,
Yo,
which is cool,
just
which is
quickly
cool.
on that, did you see the Colossus documentary?
No.
Oh no, I've
What?
got it saved on my
Hyde Park.
YouTube. Yeah, no, I've got it saved.
You what?
I need
Oh
to
my
watch that.
god,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so good. The reimagining of Colossus.
Wait, Heidi
Um,
Park's Colossus? Or
Yeah,
This is
Yeah.
what. Yeah,
no, I've
it's
not even-
45 minutes long. It's a
not even
proper
heard of
geek
it.
fest. It's amazing. Like,
You have to
legit.
link me that
I'll
up.
send you the link. I've got it
I'll watch
saved
that.
on my.
Yeah, all right.
So good.
It looks
So
Yeah,
good.
really good.
send me the link for that. I'll
It's so
give it-
funny
give
as
that
well
a
because
watch.
it's in where's Hyde Park?
Germany,
Germany. Yeah,
up
It's
in northern
in-
Germany.
it's in German, but it's got English overdub on it. But it's perfect. It's got so much dry humor in it as well. It's like, well, hi.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, well, hi. It's just great. Honestly, it's really well.
It's
put
like
together
you
as
know
well.
them documentaries that guy made, which I don't know why are not more popular, but he did it on like Lightning Rod, a few RMCs. and
Yeah.
stuff. It's
Yeah.
like that
It's like
level of like production on it and stuff.
Oh,
It
yeah.
looks really,
There's
it's
drones,
so good. Like, yeah.
There's like behind the scenes of the timbers arriving, the new the rails being put in place, them screwing it down. Everything, honestly, everything. It's great. So guys, check that out. It's really good. It's like 70,000 views as well, something like that, which is crazy. It's great.
Oh yeah,
Really good.
Cray for Coaster. Just a quick one about Glenwood Caverns' new Gurst said that the drop is 112.5 degrees, and it beats the record of the steepest unassisted drop. So like it doesn't have any doesn't have any trim brakes at the top of it. It's literally just it doesn't have any holding brake or anything. It literally just comes off the lift hill and down it goes. So that's it's the steepest untrimmed, unassisted drop.
Nice. Maybe that'll be something more
That means
Gerstlauer
anything
do.
to anyone.
Or maybe it'll be something Gerstlauer do with the smaller profile Eurofighter models going forward. Maybe they will be able to do that even steeper without assistance if they're trying it out now.
Yeah.
I mean, at what point does it just become not a drop anymore?
Yeah, what
You know what I mean?
point does it become just like a barrel roll as it's going down? Like,
I've
But
put
anyway,
that document. I've put that documentary link in the comments if anyone wants to watch it. So there you
Very
go.
nice.
awesome.
Very nice. But yeah,
Carry on.
yeah. RMC headquarters is more or less right down the road from Silverwood where Stunt Pilot is, so hopefully they're able to fix whatever issue that is and get it back up and running, and in turn get Jersey Devil back up and running as well.
But like I've noticed, this is a quick one, but I've noticed like obviously these are like the new generation of these type of coasters, but even like the other ones, like they seem to be down a lot as well. Like, so are these just cursed? I don't know. Like,
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think there's
It
just
seems to be
questions
down
to
a
be.
lot.
I think there's just questions to be raised about RMC's engineering processes, like a lot of like the rides they produce are obviously of the world class nature that they are, but a lot of them have had a lot of problems, like through their service.
I guess
life.
I guess
and
it's the Intamin style of like, let's just try it and then
innovation.
We'll work
Yeah.
out the kinks
It's
as we
literally
go
like
along.
nobody has done it before. So
It's the price to
yeah.
pay for innovation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Legit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Hang on.
What else we got?
Disney released their starting prices for midweek stays at their Star Wars Galactic Cruiser Hotel last week. I think it was last week.
Last week.
You
Got
better
right
be a
here,
pricey.
Jedi to go there. Like you need to have
Yeah.
money. You've got
You
them
better-
credits, guys. You
you
need
better
them
be a
credits.
You better be a fucking celebrity.
Yeah.
to go there. For anyone that hasn't seen, so if you go for 2 guests per cabin, it is this is a 2-night stay, by the way,
Yeah, it is.
at the Galactic Star.
It's a
Cruise.
cruise, man. It's a cruise. It's an
It's
actual
basically a
cruise.
cruise.
You're in
It's basically a
space,
cruise.
bro.
That's what it's meant to be.
These
Elon
prices,
Musk,
these prices are eerily similar to cruise prices, to Disney cruise line prices as
It's
well.
a cruise in space.
With real lightsabers.
The two guests per cabin is $1,209 per guest per night. So it's $4,809 total.
That's for two people.
That's for two guests. Three guests.
Robin makes a really good point there. It says you have to have some serious dedication for this experience. For that price, you definitely do. Yeah, you really
will
do.
pay it.
I know you're going to go on with the prices, but I think we get the idea of like how expensive it is, right? But
What you actually
I don't think they're aiming this at families. I just don't like realistically. They are aiming this at Star Wars fan people who are either going to be couples who love Star Wars, or like two mates, or you know what I mean. That's what I think they're aiming this at. And
Batu on steroids.
Yeah, like I'm not that diehard of a Star Wars fan to pay that, but there's a lot.
Neither am I.
There's a lot of people who
Neither
are
am I.
Because you're getting. It's basically. Have you guys ever seen? Yeah, I know
I love
Luke,
Star Wars, but it is a bit much for me.
And that this is a thing, like they're harping on nostalgia to sell these tickets, and it will work. I think
this thing is going to sell out.
Yeah,
it's going to sell out.
And like
100%.
it's what the way you got to see this. It's not just like you're staying at a hotel and you're going to Hollywood Studios. What this is like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like Secret Cinema. Have you guys ever seen
heard of
Secret?
it.
Yeah,
I've heard of it. Yeah.
So Secret Cinema, they run it in the UK, and they have different films, so they do a screening, but then they do a massive immersive experience. So they've done it for Star Wars. My mate went to the Star Wars one. He said it was insane because it's like storylines going on. I went to Stranger Things. So my experience of
that's the one I wanted to. That's the one I wanted to do.
I went to Stranger Things, and honestly, it was incredible. So you go. So when you get your ticket, they don't tell you where it's going to be. They just say you've got your ticket, or tell you like the day of where you're going to go. And then but you get a character. They go, you're like, because it was Stranger Things, for example. They will be like, you are part of this group. I'm part of the punks, but there was like the jocks, the like, just like the AV club, like all these different characters. And then you have to make your costume. They won't let you go in if you're like not like properly dressed at all. So you're part of that, and they give you a story. They say these are the gifts you have to bring, and then so when you get there, you go into the mall. They've made like an actual mall inside this warehouse. You go in there, and they just like they have all the schools, and they're like, okay, you're a punk, go over there, and they give you the briefing, and you follow a storyline all the way through.
Wow.
But there's side quests. It's like being in a video game. There's like side quests where it's like you find a clue somewhere where you're finding like you're going into the school. You get like an actual old school phone and you have to dial a number and you hear this. But as this is all happening, there's a main storyline. So it's like the main storylines and Stranger Things is happening around you. Wow. So where like key moments in the film in this TV series happen. And if you miss him, you miss him. The actors don't repeat it all again. There's people playing the characters in the film. You can't dress like the people in the film. So for me, the reason I was coming to this is I feel like this experience is
going to be very similar. It's going to be very similar to that.
Incredibly similar.
It's going to be like you're living in Star Wars, and
to be honest,
going
like
to Galaxy's Edge. You're going to
the experience. The experience is probably going to be well worth the price. The experience is probably going to be well worth the price
to people who want it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but like even it just in general, like it's probably going to be well worth the price. It's just the thing, like those kind of prices on the face of it for 2 nights, on the face of it,
yeah, but
look insane.
They are insane. But what I'm saying is, for me, I like Star Wars. I like Star Wars. I'm not in love with Star Wars. Like, say if they did this type of experience for like Harry Potter. Mate, I'd pay them prices to like go to Hogwarts for like a couple of nights and like do side quests. I probably would actually pay that. Like, I'm not gonna lie because I'm massively into it. But that's a nostalgic thing. Like, I'm not into it as much these days. Like, I don't watch the Harry Potter films and read the books all the time. But
Yeah.
that was like my childhood. So I probably, if I
Like-
had the money, I would pay it.
See, like same, like I am
Yeah.
that much of a Harry Potter fan as well, and I
Yeah.
still don't know if I would like. Well, I mean, I'm speaking from a current perspective of someone who
Yeah,
can't
that's what I
afford
mean.
that.
Like, if you had, if
But-
you had the money, like you probably would do it.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying like you'd loaded, but I'm like,
And to
okay,
be fair,
you
like
make-
there are enough people in Florida who could afford that.
that's what I mean.
To be fair.
And let's not forget, right, when families go to Florida, right, that's like typical family. They're paying 20 grand, like at least 20 grand to be there for like 2 weeks, all include. Like, you know, we're talking about the
Yeah.
Disney,
The
trip
full
going plan,
Disney experience. Yeah.
on park, the
It's true.
tickets.
It's true.
That's so I'm saying, yeah, the Disney blind plan, but that's all your food included, and you get like credits and stuff. That it's at least 20 grand. So the type of people that's aimed at, like, I didn't do Disney when I was a kid because my family just simply could not afford it. Like, I was on a fucking council estate. Do you know what I mean? Like that would never have happened. But
No.
the type of people who are like diehard Disney fans and then they love Star Wars as well, they can afford it. Like, and that's who this is aimed at. And it's not nice, but nor is like, I didn't think it was fair when my mates were like going off to Disney in the summer holidays. I was like, wow, great, good for you, mate. Like, that's what I
Yeah.
want to do. But
Going back with pictures of Montu, and I'm like,
It's-
what? I missed that.
it's insane. It's insane prices, but I still think like you're looking at prices for a single day at a Disney park anyway, Disney World.
Yeah.
They are insane prices.
They are.
It's
Like, that is
basically
just-
like a VIP experience, isn't it?
And to be honest,
Yeah.
like you like with the timing of this announcement of their initial pricing, you got to think about the view that the view that a lot of people have of how Disney is operating at the moment. It seems like a lot of the perks of staying on site at Disney resorts are kind of diminishing as a result of COVID and stuff. Whereas the perks at somewhere like a Universal, they seem to be, you know, bolstering the perks of staying on site at Universal in the midst of COVID at the moment.
Like, that's it, man.
That
And
that has to be playing in a lot of people's minds at the moment.
Sure.
While hearing this.
If I was going to like a Disney, like, I personally think if you've never been to Disney World, it's however tempting it is, do not go at the minute, because you're getting half-arsed version of it.
If
like
that.
when we like if that, like probably less than half, because it's just like half the entertainment is not running. Like the restaurants are not, all the restaurants are still not up. Which, like, for Disney, food is a big part of the Disney experience. If you're doing the full Disney experience, food is a massive thing.
Absolutely.
Not Disneyland Paris. Apparently, that's not very good. But Disney World, let's talk about Disney World, as this is where it is. Like, I personally think, it might change next month or next few months, but as it currently is, I keep an eye on it. You're getting, and if you're staying on site as well, like hardly any of the entertainment or food offerings at the hotels that made it, like, you know, kind of worth paying that much money, it's not on. Like, it's just not running.
Yeah.
The transport is still not going on.
It's
so like,
not.
I think
It's
the buses are like
it's not
half.
worth the money you're paying, considering how much could go into your experience if you go a little later time.
At the minute, it's worth going if you're staying off property, maybe. But even then, if it's your first time, you're not getting that full Disney experience. Because it's like when we went, it's like we go to Disney Springs and we're wandering around, and I'm like, oh my god, Simple Plan are playing in a couple of days, and we've got a ticket. We could literally go and watch them. Like,
sick.
Like, not many people know that band is, but they're an old school band, you know. And I was just like, that's mad. So they're just playing, and you can just go watch them. And it's like little things like that you don't realize that are like all included and things. And it's, you know,
there's no extra charge for that. You can literally just do it.
So yeah, it's like things like that, or like Epcot, they have loads of bands playing and on the main stage, and they're big band. They're not just like cover bands, they're like actual big bands and things, and they're just like playing, and it's including your Epcot. You don't get any of that in a minute. So yeah, it's a weird one, and I think at the minute, like you say, McCall, Universal are like winning out on that because their experience is still the same as what I'm looking at, and even better because they've got Velocicoaster. So it's like, you know, looking at it on the front of it,
Universal are killing it post COVID.
Yeah.
In terms of
They are.
in comparison to Walt Disney World in Florida, like Universal are killing it. I mean,
because it's way more affordable
they probably should make masks mandatory right now, but in the grand scheme of, you know, the last few months post COVID, like Universal have been in so much more of a favorable position compared to Walt Disney World. But you know Disney are making
it's because
mass mandatory now, and Universal aren't. That's a whole other discussion. But yeah,
Disney are all about like the experience, the magic. Universal have never been like, it's about the magic. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like you get the Universal, they're their own thing. You get the Universal experience, and that's
just putting you in the world of the movies.
Yeah, like, I don't feel like Disney are delivering on that magic of like that, like
but they are when you go on the cruise to space.
Yeah, I feel like that will be like, I think like you'll get
one would hope.
I feel like if you are like I've been to Galaxy's Edge, right, and it feels like you're in Star Wars. Like it does. Like you go into the cantina, it feels like you're in the cantina. You know what I mean? You go into like the food places. You get like a metal tray, and it just feels like It just feels like you know what I mean. Everything about every detail. Yeah,
I want to run a wrap.
Yeah, man. It's like obviously I'm veggie, and I had the veggie option, and it was one of the best veggie meals I've ever had in my life. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like,
really?
It was good. It was so good. So I have no doubt that if you're the type of person to look at that and go, oh, it's kind of expensive, but I want to try it out, I feel like you would get your money's worth. Because there's nothing else like that where you can experience like, you know, get like staying in like even in pods, everyone's complaining they're small, but I'm like, you're meant to be on a spaceship. Like if you're on a spaceship,
you wouldn't have
your
pods. You
wouldn't have a king size bed. You would have like a little. It's like a Rookburg in Fantasyland.
The Charles Lindbergh Hotel.
You're meant to feel like you're steampunk and you're in this kind of like little pod. That's the whole experience, and that's what you pay for. So it's for a certain type of person, and I feel like if you have that disposable income, I'm not saying you're going to be loaded, but like there's certain people who could kind of justify it. They could be like, okay, well, I'll have like. I'll sacrifice other things to be able to afford this. I'll get this on a credit card, and I'm happy like paying that off for like a couple of years. Do you know what I mean? So some people will do that, and I feel like if you did that, I've got no doubt that they'll deliver on it, because like just the concept art looks great. The fact that you're like, you know, you're in like you're eating the food and you're having the drinks, and it's all like themed around it. Like if you're a fan, like I think they'll deliver on it. But I don't disagree.
I'd like undoubtedly, there's gonna be vloggers that are gonna do it. There's gonna be
I can't wait to see them.
There's gonna be a lot of stuff in there that they'll be able to film. I can't imagine that they won't be able to film any of it. So maybe like down the line in the next like, you know, year or so, well, when it from when it opens, like the next year or so, next year, 2, 3, whatever, when people start seeing exactly what, you know, the experience looks like, people might start to see that maybe it is worth the lofty prices.
And it might come down in price after the first couple of years or something as well. Yeah. Like I don't think it's going to stay like that forever.
Maybe.
See, I can see it being strictly no camera beyond the entrance point for that experience. Because I would imagine,
to be honest,
they'll want to keep it as secretive as possible.
I wouldn't be entirely surprised if that was the case.
They'll have vloggers.
I can see that happening.
Who will go there though to film it, to hype it up. To, you know, they did it with
the promo.
You know.
Well, they'll have people who are like not ever have to pay anything. They'll just you know, like Tim Tracker and stuff. He'll be invited along to see it, and we'll see what it entails. But after doing a Smuggler's Run, the way that looks, like the screens and everything, it's so immersive that Like, I have no doubt that when you're in there and they have the screens and you're looking out and you're seeing space, like they're going to do it so well. And the concept art shows you being able to go into like the ships, like cockpit. I don't know what you call it, but like like you go in there and you can like control things and stuff. So the bridge, that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's an astronomical price, but for me, I'm like, it's flipping Disney. Like, what?
It's out of this world.
It's quite literally.
And it's
to be like the amount of attention to detail they put into Batuu, and you know, the two attractions in there. Like, obviously a lot of people are saying that Rise of the Resistance is the best dark ride in the world right now. Like, the amount of, you know, effort and attention to detail they put into Batuu, you can't think that they wouldn't have put the same amount of detail, if not even more so, into this to match to match the price of it.
Rise of Resistance is not my personal favorite dark ride, but technically, like objectively, it is the best dark ride in the world. Like, just the amount of stuff going on in it, like the technical. There's a reason it goes down quite a lot, because there's. I was
just about to say, did you get a full unbothered run through of it?
Yeah, full on run through. Like, nothing went down.
Nothing hindered the experience. Your experience.
So excited!
Right,
I can't wait.
It blew me away. It literally blew me away, and I felt like emotional when I come off. It's not often that happens. When I was just like,
wow,
that was just insane. Like,
as your inner Star Wars fan, that's what that is. The dark ride, it's the fan.
I love, like, I grew up on Star
Wars. Luke's gonna come out on the floor crying.
That's
I am just gonna be like trying to open doors with my hands, like, you know.
I love Star Wars films, but I don't go outside of the Star Wars films. I don't go into the inner lore. I've not.
Oh, mate, Star Wars canon is deep, and Lockdown was spent a lot learning all that.
I've not watched like Clone Wars or anything like that. So there's a lot.
So good.
I've seen Mandalorian, but yeah, like
so good.
I'm the same.
But
like,
even from that,
I would like to get
perspective. But even from that perspective, like, it blew me away. So I can imagine someone who, like you guys, who well into it, like, it would be another level for you guys. Like, you would just
it'd be something else. Shit. It really would.
Yeah, it would be like when I was at Universal and did all the Harry Potter stuff. Like, that was just blew me away. So
you see, a bit the same for me as well. I mean, as you can tell, I'm a huge film fan. So
yeah.
I mean, that my favorite dark ride is Forbidden Journey.
Yeah, it's great
for a reason.
But I feel like
incredible.
Like, Gringotts is so underrated. Like, Gringotts blew me
See,
away.
I need to ride Escape from Gringotts again, because, well, for one main reason is that I went through the single rider queue, so I didn't even see the normal queue line for it.
Yeah.
And when I got onto it, like, I don't even really remember that much of the ride.
I didn't know that much about it, right? I just thought it was going to be like Forbidden Journey, and I went on it and I'm like, this is a coaster that is doing things coasters should not be doing. I was like, what is going on? I was like, this is blowing my mind. And then you've got all the special effects on top of it. I was just like, this is mad.
See, like, the thing for me is, like, I am so much more of a fan of Islands of Adventure than I am of Universal Studios Florida.
Yeah.
And I was just so happy to be back in, first of all, Universal Orlando in general, and then secondly, because we had a 1-day park hopper ticket, and we went to Islands first, and then to Studios after, and I was just so happy to be back. Like I said, first of all at Universal Orlando, and then Islands as well. I took in, first of all, Diagon Alley and then Gringotts, but at the same time it was like I'm in a whirl of emotions just at being back at Islands. Islands is one of my top 4 or 3 parks that I've ever been to, and I was just like, I was in a whirl of emotions of just getting the opportunity to be back at Islands. So what I need to do is go back to Studios and really take in Diagon Alley and then escape from Gringotts as well, and go through the normal queue line for Gringotts and really take in that bank and the elevator. I know the things that go on in the queue line. I don't know the full extent of it, but I know like a few things that I missed. So I need to go back and really experience that, and I owe it to myself. I'm such a Harry Potter fan.
That's what I love about.
I owe that to myself.
That's what I love about Universal is the fact that like. So we for the first time we did like Forbidden Journey and Gringotts, for example, we did the normal queue because I wanted to see the queue and stuff.
Yeah,
but then I couldn't believe it that we was like, let's do single. It's going to be shorter. Literally walk on. So the main queue's like 2 hours long, and then single rider for the Forbidden Journey is like walk on, and I was like, this is mad. So you really need to do the normal queue once, and then
you have to do the normal queue.
That's the first time. But for me, like even though I'm the same with you, I love Islands of Adventure more than Studios. But for me, Diagon Alley, exploring that place was I love that more than Hogsmeade. Like I did myself a complete disservice at really taking for granted just what I was walking into. Yeah, but sometimes it's the head.
I need to go back there again. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I think it's 10:05, bro. And we've got 7. I'm so people still. We got 7 people watching still. That's insane.
Crazy. That's crazy. We love each and every one of you for staying here with us and listening to us chat shit for 2 hours.
Our next ones are going to be, I think, a little bit. Amazing. We had a lot to cover this time, and just very excited. You know, going forward, they're probably not going to be this long. Well, we're not going to put a timer stamp on it, though, are we? We're just having a chat. But,
I mean, I've only got that much left, so.
But no, it's been great. It's what a great first episode.
Really has.
You know, I think we reached 22 people at one point as well.
Yeah, it was nuts,
22
man.
viewers. That's
I think so.
Mind. Like
that is crazy. Honestly, thank you so much.
Yeah.
No, we appreciate every single one of you. Like especially with just like, I don't know, but like. I think you guys will agree. Like, just like it feels so good to have this platform that is so uniquely all of ours, not just one person's. Like, I entirely appreciate the amount of work that Luke put in putting on the Coaster Gen show and having us on like each and every week. But like to have this platform where it entirely belongs to all of us, and we can just develop it, you know, to get together and just have it become as big as it will eventually, hopefully, become.
Because all them little things like making
so much,
like making thumbnails, contacting guests, it all adds up. And
a
group of us doing it, it's we can share it all out, you know. So
man.
I can't wait.
Massively.
I can't wait.
Let's do it. Let's end it.
Let's call it that.
It's been amazing. Luke's great at outros, so do an outro, Luke.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you for everybody in the chat. If you didn't catch this live, leave some comments down below. Let us know. Like this video. Follow all the links in the video description. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. We've been the Chain Dogs Podcast.
See ya.
We here, baby.
We're here to stay.